Hi guys, it's Nika and I am back today with another speed build with another apartment. It is right next to the one I did yesterday, and just like yesterday, I will not tell you much about the people who live here, just some basic idea, but I won't go too much into detail because that will be a story for another time. But this apartment, I call this video Sitcom apartment or something like that. At first I wanted to call it friends apartment or an apartment for friends, but then I realized, oh, there's this show called Friends and they live in an apartment. That's kind of clickbaity if I call my video that. So no, this has nothing to do with the friends from the Friends show. These are completely different friends. And yeah, this is their apartment, and for the longest time I've been wanting to build like a student dorm or something like that, which is kind of crazy because my own experience from a student dorm was not the greatest. I would say it left some scars. But no, for some reason I just wanted to build a student apartment, so I did that. They have like the common area, and that one is kind of, that part of the apartment is kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't call it without personality, but obviously the most personality is in the 3 bedrooms that I built. And this apartment is for 6 students. Each room is for 2 students. And yeah, they are all living here. They are all going to the same university in the city. I know there's technically no university in San Myshuno, but hey, it is a big city. There surely is something behind the scenes. I like to pretend, and in fact I did this in my Not So Berry in Gen 7 or something. Or was it Gen 6? It was 6, I think. Doesn't really matter, but my heir and their partner, well, friend, but also partner, long story, they lived in the art district, and my heir's best friend slash partner, they went to an art school there. I pretended they went to an art school there, and yes, they were technically still going to a university in Brightchester, but nobody has to know that. If I don't attend the lectures with them, if I just always send them alone, nobody has to know that they are technically studying in Brightchester, right? And I mean, there are no active classes in Discovery University, are they? I don't know. I don't think there are, but I have not played with that pack in literally years. I've only played with that pack once. Well, twice if you count this art school thingy. But yeah, the only time I played with Discovery University was in the spring of 2020. And as soon as I moved my sim in his dorm, I just got so anxious and uncomfortable because we were already in quarantine, so I was at home, but it just all started coming to me. And listen, I did not have a good time in university. I have said that many times already. So when I saw my sim in university, and you know, there were all these roommates who honestly weren't too nice, yeah, it just came back to me, and I saved the game and I clicked out of it, and I was like, no, I cannot do this right now. In the end, I finished university with that sim, but yeah, my own personal experiences make me not want to play with that pack too much. I don't know, maybe I will try again, but yeah, I don't like university. In real life, I'm sure the pack is nice, but my experience ruined it for me. Although, other than that, the pack is pretty great. I like the clothes that came with that pack. There's a lot of furniture from that pack that is very nice. Brightchester is a nice world. If only my own university experience was a bit better. But I went a little off topic here. I'm sorry. These 6 students, they are living in San Myshuno, they are studying there, and they Obviously, because they live on the same floor as the two girls from my City Princess apartment. They know them a lot. They hang out, well, maybe, well, would I be saying too much if I told you who hangs out with them and who hates them? Because there are some interesting neighbor relationships. Okay, well, maybe not, well, they are interesting to me. I haven't been this excited about Sims for this CC3 save. I have not been this excited for any other townies in this save yet. I'm curious to see how these Sims turn out. I have not created any of these, not the students, not the girls living in that other apartment, and I am super excited for finally creating them. Probably, if not later today, then maybe tomorrow or on Friday or something like that. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It will be another CC3 household, well, 2 households. So anyway, I only have one more apartment to furnish on this floor or in this whole building. And then there's the Rasoya apartment. And I'm still not sure, do I want to move out the townies and delete them and replace them with my own townies? Or do I want to keep them? And do I want to keep their apartments, houses? I'm not sure. I was kind of thinking about deleting some and leaving some of the others. Like, I will just keep, yeah, I don't need to repeat that. I will keep some, I will delete some, probably. But do I want to delete the Rasoyas? I'm not sure yet, so I will probably do the last apartment in this house at some point, and then I will leave it, and then later when I decide which townies get to stay and which will have to go, I will come back here. I was also thinking that I could create families for some of the townies, because you have some townies and it's just them. For example, Penny Pizzazz. It's just Penny. We don't know anything about her family. So I was thinking about maybe giving her a, I don't know, sister or parents or I don't know, something like that. And they might live in some other city and Penny moved to San Myshuno and she's trying to become famous or I don't know, something like that. So I was thinking about maybe deleting some, but those who stay, I will somehow connect them to some other Sims, if that makes sense. Yeah, I want to create some, I don't know, some headcanons and stuff. I don't really do that anymore. I pretty much just did that with Caleb Bator, and as for the other townies, I don't really have any headcanons about them. Maybe something about Morgan too? Maybe? Not really. Other than I'm not sure if this is a headcanon, but I just kind of imagine Morgan to be kind of a jerk. But like, they're a good person, but they have a bit of a temper maybe, and they might come off evil sometimes. Not evil, not straight up evil, but like, yeah, they may not be very nice to deal with, basically, but they are a good person deep down. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else we could talk about in this video. I am so sorry, I got so bad at this. When I first started, when it was like January, February, I used to love doing long voiceovers for Speedbuild and everything, and I was like, yes, I can talk about so many things. But now I struggle so much with long voiceovers. I can deal with long Let's Play episodes. I know what to say there. But long voiceovers, I feel like after a moment, I'm like, okay, cool. What else do I talk about now? And it's just all the ideas abandon me. I definitely prefer shorter videos now for voiceovers. And I will definitely try to keep my videos, my speed builds and my creators and videos around 15 minutes at max. Yeah, probably, because even this video is like 16 minutes, 15 minutes, and I already don't know what to say. I mean, I guess I would have something to say if I didn't say that I'm gonna tell you about who lives in this apartment later. But yeah, I really love how this apartment turned out. I like the kitchen area. I really like the rooms as well. I think my favorite one would be the green one, I believe. But also, there is something I truly love about every single one of these bedrooms. I like how sort of cluttered I made them. Like they have stuff everywhere. Some of them may be messy, some of them may be a little less messy, but yeah, they feel really, these rooms feel really like lived in, and even from the decoration you can sort of imagine what these people are studying. We have some engineer there, then we have some biologist, then there is someone who's also doing something with like technology, probably because they've got like a lot of, I don't know, they have a computer and a second monitor and a tablet on their desk. And yeah, then there's someone you can't really, I don't think you can really, oh, there's a oh yeah that's the sim I'm thinking of. Then there's someone who has a lot of, I feel like that's a girl, and she is like very feminine and she likes to look really, really pretty. She likes makeup and all that stuff, and she's a future vet. She's studying to be a vet, and she really likes cats. But also, obviously, in the future, she will probably treat other animals as well, like dogs and some small pets, I don't know, something like that. Then we have in the first room, in the room closest to the balcony, I forgot what major I sort of in my head picked for them. But this person really cares about like human rights and social justice, and I imagine they would sort of be in all these like projects to raise awareness about, I don't know, injustice and stuff like that. Yeah, so I really like how already from these like corners in their rooms, how you can sort of tell what kind of sim lives there, what kind of sim that is. Yeah, and I'm really, really excited to be creating later this week. I already wrote a little something in my phone the other day when we were driving to another town. We went to a cat cafe. Again, I was there a few months ago, and this time it was also like very amazing, and I need a cat. But yeah, while we were driving there, I was in the backseat, of course, and I was just putting down ideas on my phone. And I'm not done yet. I haven't figured out all the sims yet, but I cannot wait to create them. It's gonna be amazing. Anyway, we are at the end of the video, so I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm trying to think of a different outro because I don't really like my current one because it's too long and awkward, so I need to try something else. If you like this video, you know what to do, and I love you. Thank you so much for watching. No, I still don't like this very much. Never mind, I will figure it out, and you will know when I figure it out, because yeah, I will say it in every single video. Anyway, I do really love you and appreciate you guys. And oh, by the way, today I woke up to 251 subscribers, so thank you so much for that. I cannot believe it. Where are you guys all coming from? That is crazy. But really, I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video as well, and I will see you all next time. Bye everyone!